Hey gamers, the Red Dragon wanted to give you a quick Battlefield 3 update. There's a lot of news going on over the last few days, so I've kind of accumulated them in order to put this in this video to give you, as much information as possible. So there's a lot of the changes that have been made in the game, so I'm going to just break it down all for you. The first thing is heavy machine guns, mounted heavy machine guns. You'll notice that you won't find any in the trailers, and that is because they have been done away with, apparently, in the game. You'll still see tow missiles, you'll still see anti-air placements that you can run and jump on, but the heavy machine gun is being taken over by the support class, and you'll know that there has been talk, that they've got the bipod that they can set out basically on any element that you could in real life. You walk up to a windowsill, you can place that sucker on. You go up to a part of the land where you can do that. You can set out your bipod, and it's going to give you a really good accuracy with very little recoil. So it's basically the same thing. So what they've done is just eliminated the mounted machine guns, and if you want to use that type of weapon, then you're going to be running as the support class. Another big element that has just recently been brought up was the voice chat. Now, as you know, in Bad Company, the series, voice chat has always been a big issue because it's been very difficult to talk with your entire team. Kurtz has went on Twitter and announced that the way the new system works is as soon as you enter the game, you're going to be in a voice chat with your entire team. Now, if you want to then go into smaller channels to break up in order to work as a squad or whatever, you can do that. But the voice chat system seems like it has finally been fixed, apparently. Another big item that has recently come up on Twitter that they've been asked about, the developers, is how long it would take to complete a kit. And what they've done is they've come... Well, that was a good catch by me. I got the speed of a mongoose. Another big item that has come up is how long it would take to complete a kit. And they said it would take 100 hours on average for each kit. That's amazing. That's a long time, and the reason why they've done this is because you're going to be unlocking the same weapons and gadgets for a lot of the guns. You'll get a grip, you'll get a scope, whatever, but you have to unlock that for each individual weapon. So the more that you use a weapon, the more unlocks you're going to get for that, the better you're going to get with the weapon itself. So again, going back to what we talked about a few weeks ago, it is that the game is going to have a lot of different elements to keep you busy for a long time coming. One of the bigger controversial topics that has been brought up in the last couple of days is the fact that there's been rumors, at least. There's been an image that showed up online where somebody took a picture of the back of a Japanese Xbox case, and it said that the Xbox version was going to have 2 discs. So on PlayStation 3, you're going to get 1 disc for Battlefield 3, and on the Xbox, you're going to get 2 discs. And of course, this started up the console fanboy war, and people were complaining, and I think some people just reach for stuff to complain about. And, if that's the way you live your life, that's just really sad and pathetic. You shouldn't look at this as a bad thing, all right? You should look at it as more like a good thing, because that means they're not going to be limited as far as their disc space goes, trying to cram everything onto 1 disc and maybe leaving some things out like Lost Planet 2 did. The Lost Planet 2 developers came out and said, look, there was a lot of stuff that we would have loved to put on the Xbox version, but we simply couldn't because of the disc limitations. So they decided to go with 1 disc for Lost Planet 2, and the Xbox players, they got left out as far as a lot of the content goes. So Battlefield 3, if it does come on 2 discs as rumored, then that's a good thing. That means that they're not slacking, they're not cutting anything out. And the developers have come out and said, PlayStation 3, Xbox, it's going to be the same. All right, so it's going to be exactly the same. The content's all there. And, if you don't like single player, then you've got yourself an extra disc for a coaster. So, it's a good thing. And if you're that lazy where you can't switch out a disc, then you need to do something with your life. You just need to get outside a little bit. And then finally, the beta. Oh my God. If there's one question that I have seen over and over and over and over and over As far as the Battlefield people having to reply to people on Twitter, or people commenting on these videos, when is the beta, when is the beta? Well, look, it's already been said, it's in September. So it's obviously, I guess, between September 7th now and September the 30th. There is no official date, okay, guys? You're not the last to know. There is no official date that's been announced. It's only been said that it's going to be in November. Medal of Honor or Origin pre-orders, you're going to have 48 hours access to it before it's opened up. It's going to be on all platforms. It's going to be on PC. It's going to be on Xbox. It's going to be on PlayStation 3. Anybody who's saying that there's a specific date for it yet is simply speculating, and it's all rumored, and there's no, concrete evidence to support that. When we know, we will all know. You will hear it on this channel. You will hear people tweet about it. If you're Googling something, when is the beta, and you can't find an answer, it's not like they're hiding it from you, okay? It's because the information is not there. And when it becomes available, you're going to be able to hear it on this channel. I'll make a video, telling you when the beta is. You'll be able to see it on practically every website you go to. It'll be one of the biggest news stories for that day because it's one of the most looked forward to betas that's going on anytime soon. One of the good news about the beta is that they have said there have already been a ton of changes to the game since the alpha test that happened a few weeks ago. So they said a lot of people complained. They had a lot of complaints from people who were taking place in the alpha. That's a good thing. They've taken that advice. They've taken the complaints, they've looked over them, and they said they've already made a ton of changes in the game that you'll be able to see. And they're going to also take feedback from this beta. So if there's stuff in the beta that you don't like, be sure that you're complaining in the right place. And you're submitting your concerns and requests, and they're going to look at that and probably will have a patch on the first day that the game is released. So, the beta and the alpha testing, that's what testing is for, is to figure out what works, what doesn't work, and as long as you make your voice, heard, then, hopefully they're going to work on fixing it to make it the best release that it can possibly be on day number 1. So that's it, guys. You're not the last to hear the beta date because the beta date has not been announced. And anybody who tells you differently is purely speculating, and they have no clue. So hopefully you enjoyed that. If you want more Battlefield news, or if you want news in general about any gaming topic, be sure that you check out the links in the description box. Battlestrats.com. Battlestrats.com, we've got all the news going on from all over the web, no matter what source it is. So be sure you check that out. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned a little something. Out of all that I talked about, what was your favorite topic? What are you most excited about? For me, probably the voice chat was probably the most popular thing, although it probably won't affect me because I'll probably still be in a party because I can't stand here and people just ramble. There's always some idiot in the party chat. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this, guys, and take care. Peace.